Hello, my name is Harley Bingaman, and I'm a liberal studies major at Sacramento State, and this is for my Kinesiology 172 class. This is my working lung model for the assignment that I'm going to be using to talk about, and this next picture will be the supplies that you will need to use in the assignment. Now that you have all your supplies together, I'm going to tell you how to build the working lung step by step. So first, you're going to want to take your 2-liter bottle, and with parent supervision, you are going to want to cut off the bottom portion of the bottle so that there is a hole, and then you're going to set it to the side. We just want to get that prepared for the next step. So next, you are going to take your 2 straws and your 2 balloons, and you're going to put them together. You're going to take 1 straw and 1 balloon, and you're going to stick the straw inside the balloon. Not all the way, just enough so that you can then take your masking tape and wrap it around the balloon so that it is sealed tight. And to make sure that you correctly sealed it, you're going to want to blow into the end of the straw and the balloon should inflate. If not, you're going to want to add more masking tape or redo it to make sure the seal is nice and tight. You are going to do the exact same thing with the other straw and the other balloon so that you then have 2 balloons attached to 2 straws. It should look like this. If you can see it, it will be 2 straws and your 2 balloons attached together with masking tape. The next step, you're going to want to take your clay, or what I used was Play-Doh, which a lot of kids should have, so that would be easy. You're going to take your 2 straws, your 2 balloons, stick them inside your 2-liter bottle, and you're going to take that clay, like I did here, and push it in through the top with your straws so that they are wrapped around your straws so that it's sealed tight. And it also goes, I don't know if you can see that, but it goes through the bottom so that it goes in, and then the straws shouldn't move. They're just hanging all by themselves. And then once you do that, you are going to take your 6 inches of saran wrap and you're going to wrap it around your 2-liter bottle. And to make sure it's nice and secured, you are going to take the masking tape again and you are going to tape the saran wrap around. And then you are going to take the excess part of the saran wrap and you're going to twist it. And then you're going to take a rubber band, or in this case, I used a hair tie, and you're going to put it around. And then to make sure that you perfectly sealed your lungs, once you have put the hair tie on the bottom or a rubber band, you should be able to push it up and push it out, and the balloon should inflate, just like how you see here. They deflate, and when you pull out, they inflate, acting just like a working lung. Now, next, I'm going to tell you about content standards. I'm hoping to teach 2nd grade, and I think that this working lung assignment would be a great thing to teach the 2nd graders to help them understand how their body works when they are playing or exercising. Now onto my content standards. I'm going to read them from my laptop that's right behind this, which is what I'm looking at when I look behind my phone. So the 2 content standards I chose from the Physical Education California State Content Standards are from Standards 3 and Standards 4 for 2nd grade. From Standards 3, I chose 3.2, which is to participate 3 to 4 times each week for increasing periods of time in moderate to vigorous physical activities that increase breathing and heart rate. From Standards 4, for 2nd grade, I chose 4.7, which is describes the relationship between the heart and lungs during physical activity. I think that this working lung assignment would work great with these 2 content standards, because for 3.2, you would be able to explain to the kids why they need to have vigorous physical activities that increase their heart rate and their breathing for 3 to 4 times each week, to help them understand that it is good for their lungs and it helps their lungs to grow and develop. And with each time, it would get easier to breathe within that activity. For Standard 4.7, I think that the working lung assignment would be very good for the 2nd graders, because it's to help describe the relationship between the heart and the lungs during your physical activity. So showing them how the lungs work and giving them the visual would help to explain how their heart and their lung work together during physical activities. Okay, Now for the next part, on to some vocab for second graders. Now on to vocabulary for second graders for the working long assignment. I'll admit some of these words might be a little big, but they will only help the students' brains to develop and grow. It'll also help them to understand the working long assignment a little better. The first vocab word I chose is exercise. This word stands for physical activity conducted with the intention of developing physical fitness. I think this word is good for children because it'll let them know that play is also called exercise, which helps their bodies to develop and grow while still being able to have fun. The next word I chose is aerobic activity, which means exercise that can be performed for a long duration because the energy required can be provided by the burning of fuel, which normally occurs in muscle cells in the presence of oxygen. I think this word is good for second graders when using the working long assignment because it works with the content standards, talking about participating 3 to 4 times each week. This allows students to know that the aerobic activities that they are doing are also helping their bodies to grow, especially in the presence of oxygen, which would help explain the working lung model because as their lungs are taking in oxygen, it helps them to continue to be able to do that aerobic activity. The next word I chose was cardiovascular endurance, which is quite a big word, but the definition is a component of health-related fitness that describes the ability of the heart, blood vessels, and respiratory system to supply oxygen and nutrients to the muscles during exercise. I think this is a good word because it will help to learn the content standard 4.7 that talks about the relationship between the heart and the lungs. Using the working lung model, it allows students to understand how the lungs work with the intake of oxygen and what their bodies are doing as they are exercising more. And you could talk about how all the parts of the body are working together and giving nutrients to muscles during the exercise and play that the students are doing. The next word I chose was dehydration, which is the loss of water and important blood salts such as potassium and sodium that are essential for vital organ functions. I think this word is good for children when using the working lung model assignment because if you do not intake enough water, your functions of your organs can start to fail. And so you could talk about how without water, while exercising, your lungs can start to slowly weaken and not be able to expand as much. And the last word I chose is cool down exercises. This is 5 to 10 minutes of light to moderate physical activity. These exercises help the body to recover from the exercise that the students are doing. I think this would work with the working lung assignment because when exercising, your lungs are having to work really hard, so you could show the students like fast pumping lungs, and then as they do the cool down exercises, the lungs start to go back to their normal expanding and de-expanding, if that's a word. And so I think that all these vocab words are really good for second graders, even if they are a little big, because it helps them to understand the working lung model assignment a little better. Lastly, I think that hands-on models like this for physical education for students is really good because it helps them to be able to see what's inside of them, like their working organs and stuff. And it helps them to understand that the exercise and other things they're doing affect them positively and negatively every once in a while. Overall, I think that every class should do a working lung assignment because it helps them to grow and develop more. Thank you.